Alright, welcome guys. We are reaching back for those 2016 summer vibes with a Pokemon Go video in 2021. Man, 2016, it was just so long ago. The world, especially in comparison to now, was such a happy time the first month of Pokemon Go came out. But anyways, today's video, I am actually going to be sharing with you guys the set that I completed to reach the highest rank in Pokemon Go PvP, which is going to be the Legend rank. It's been a little bit easier these last few seasons. I hit it last season as well, and obviously this season. The first 3 seasons were extremely difficult because it was just a lot shorter, but now each season is about 3 months, so you have a lot of time to get there. But it's still an accomplishment that I thought I'd share with you guys and share my gameplay video. This is not the set. This is the last match of the previous set. I think I go 2 and 3 in this set, and I actually end up losing points and dropping all the way down to 2937. You need 3000 elo or matchmaking rating or MMR in order to hit the Legend rank. And yeah, my team that I'm going to be running for you guys is going to be the team that I'm really comfortable with. It is an Umbreon in the lead, Galvantula for a lot of the Wingles that are in, or the Pelipers that are in this meta currently. And my safe swap is an Azumarill. The Azumarill safe swap isn't that great of a safe swap anymore, just because for a lot of teams out there, most teams have at least one Azumarill counter. But in some cases, the Azumarill counter is another Azumarill. So take it for what you will. This match, I pretty much got hard countered the entire time, and there wasn't really much I could have possibly done, especially with an Azumarill counter Meganium in the back, but it is what it is. So yeah, I play a lot of Pokemon Go. I play a lot of the PvE. I really like the PvP. At the very end of it, if you reach Legend rank, you get a lot of flex items, basically some cosmetic avatar items, as well as you get a chance at a shiny Pika Libre. I actually don't get it on my main this season. I actually got it on my alternate account, the shiny version, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so finish this set off at 2937, and based on how the points are awarded, in order to hit 3000, I need to go 5-0, which, spoiler, I do. Get very fortunate with the first 3 matches in this set. Each set contains 5 matches against other people. In order to gain points, you need to win a minimum of 3. 5 points gets you around 70 to 80 points, depending on the rank of each other player. So this is the Dream Lead versus a Jellicent. There really isn't much a Jellicent can do. He swaps out to his G-Fisk, and I swap with my Azumarill. I want my Galvantula to completely avoid this thing. I do not want him to shield at all. I want to give the impression that I am not afraid of the G-Fisk. I don't need switch advantage. So if I build up to the optional attack of Hydro Pump, which I do not have in this on this Azumarill, there's a slight chance that he might shield. So I don't want him to shield at all, so I'm just building up the Ice Beams, which hit for neutral damage because of the Steel and Ground typing, and I should be able to farm him down here. Unfortunately though, I will not be able to get to another move. The Jellicent will probably come back in here and then just farm me all the way down. Oh, he actually brings in a Talonflame. I haven't watched this video yet. He brings in a Talonflame here to get ahead on energy, and I can't bring in my Galvantula against the Talonflame, so I assume he's probably going to throw a Brave Bird and dip and switch. And oh, he doesn't swap, which is kind of confusing because now this is going to be hitting for a lot of damage. He swaps here now. Oh yeah, at this point the capture card like died for half a second, and then he swapped into his Jellicent, and then I swapped into my Galvantula, and then I actually didn't bait at all. I threw discharges both times. I gave both shields, and at this point I'm just going to commit my last shield here, farm him all the way down, and then I will have one discharge ready for his Talonflame that comes back in. That's pretty much a good game. Pretty solid, just maintaining alignment, and it's actually a good thing that I kept both shields with the Talonflame in the back because I really needed it. Luckily, our opponent didn't fight for switch advantage, and that is a good game 1. All right, so moving on to game 2 here, facing off against Wilson W399 person we're trying to grind out. I guess he's trying to reach legend as well. This is also another great lead. And so there's a little bit of a conversation to be had whether or not I should have went to the Azumarill here, just because it's a much harder counter to the Umbreon. In this matchup, I do have to commit shields, but what I'm assuming is that this team is going to be Hypno Double Dark, so Hypno and Umbreon as well as a Scrafty. And even though the Galvantula matches well with the Scrafty at the very end, it still, if I get baited, if he power up punches or goes for foul play, it's a little bit of a risky situation, just because the foul play hits Galvantula a lot, really hard. So I'm just gonna commit both shields here, and then we're just gonna lunge this Umbreon. I probably could have reached. I probably could have farmed this thing all the way down, but I really didn't want to risk it. In this circumstance, it was so long as I just maintain switch alignment here and get the right matchups, I don't really need the extra energy to throw on the Hypno. So I'm assuming what's probably going to happen, he's going to come in with the Hypno, get another confusion and just get ahead of energy. I'm going to swap into my Umbreon here. He'll swap to his Scrafty, and then pretty much it's GG here. The Play Rough does double super effective damage to the Scrafty because of its fighting as well as dark typing. And I'm assuming he probably was just hoping here that I didn't have a Play Rough, but I did. Even if I had Hydro Pump, it still would have been a good match to the very end. So once again, another positive match. And sometimes you just need a little bit of help to make to get that final push to reach Legend rank. You just have to have the matchmaking algorithm work for you and not work against you. So third match, Citizen Erased. Another good lead, a Sableye lead. He's probably gonna swap out here. He swaps out to a Dugong. You could possibly also swap into the Azumarill, but the Azumarill still has a positive matchup against the Sableye at the end. That being said, I wouldn't have to commit any shields here just because of none of Dugong's attacks would do super effective damage to Azumarill. But I'm going to double shield here, and I'm not baiting at all. A lot of people would try to bait lunge just to reduce the amount of damage you get from the ice shards. But the problem is, if the opponent calls your bait, then you're just in a lot of trouble right now. So I'm assuming right here, he's not gonna shield this just because I've been debuffed twice from the Icy Wind, so it doesn't do nearly as much damage. He's probably gonna farm me all the way down and then swap because now he's debuffed and he wants to hit my Umbreon with a full power return. So he swaps here, brings in a Vigoroth. This is a mistake right here. I should have actually thrown that foul play just to do a little bit of chip damage against the Vigoroth. I'm gonna get the last shield here from the Vigoroth regardless. So the extra chip damage would have made this matchup more comfortable, and it kind of would have guaranteed that I got rid of this thing. So that's a mistake on my part right here. I'm gonna quote unquote bait here with an Ice Beam. Play Rough, Ice Beam doesn't have any stab, same type of attack bonus, so it would do a lot more damage. And he shields like I expect. And I actually think I make another mistake here. I actually reach the Play Rough as well, and I throw an Ice Beam for some odd reason. I have no idea why. I was just, it was getting very tense. I got an aggressive swap here so I don't get farmed down. He also swaps, which is really cool. He's going to throw the return that he has energy here for. And this is another mistake I make right here. I should have double stacked foul plays because a foul play from this range from him is not going to do any damage whatsoever. So I should have double stacked here. And then this matchup is actually very close because I didn't. So make a couple mistakes this game, even though I got a really solid lead. So yeah, it just happens. Look how close I have. Like my Umbreon literally survives with 1 HP and a dream. So the couple mistakes that match, but we were still able to pull it off. Okay, moving on to game number 4. We actually lose this lead, which is pretty unfortunate. I guess we can't get lucky 3 times in a row. I safe swap into my Azumarill. He's not swapping out right away, so what I'm assuming is he probably has a Bastiodon in the back, which is why I shielded there, because the Psychic is going to do a lot more damage than what I thought a Stone Edge would do. But he doesn't he doesn't have the Bastiodon. Bastiodon Medicham is a very common pairing, but apparently he doesn't have a direct answer. Like I said, another direct answer to an Azumarill is another Azumarill. The only thing that can counter a Metal Gear is another Metal Gear. So now we're in a matchup here. He probably wants to win switch advantage at all costs here. And I'm not exactly sure what he has in the back. It might be a Sableye based on this team configuration. And the reason why, so he didn't want to swap his Sableye into this thing. And then I actually, for some reason, once again, throw an Ice Beam, but he's mostly gonna shield here. And then he actually ends up double shielding. So I'm gonna bring in my Umbreon here just to absorb the damage. Umbreon is such a tank, even a super effective play rough still is manageable in terms of damage. And if he would have Hydro Pumped my, oh, it's a Mandibuzz. Okay, it's another Dark type. So still a pretty decent matchup here. I am going to just Volt Switch this thing all the way down, not commit any shields, and then probably... Do I end up shielding here? No, I'm just going to throw the lunge right away. Okay. I thought that maybe I would double stack my charge moves, but I didn't throw the lunge here. I should have thrown the lunge first, actually, to reduce the damage of the first foul play. That was a mistake, and then went for the discharge, but you live and learn. And he has Power Up Punch here, which is very unfortunate. But I'm just going to throw this lunge, then probably swat to my Umbreon, just so he doesn't get too much farm. He actually gets to the playoff right here. But once again, I can still tank this attack. And I'm probably going to double stack to the foul play, just because I need to take out this Medicham. And that is a good game. So we are 4-0 in the set, and we need to get that last... We gotta get this last match to go 5-0. Yeah, a couple of misplays there. Definitely, probably the biggest one was I should have thrown the lunge first on the Mandibuzz, then discharged, but it is what it is. So moving on to game number 5, facing off against Jared. So this is a neutral matchup. Bastiodon wins this matchup in the 0 shield. And then if I want to win switch, I need to commit at least 1 shield. I generally don't shield at all here, just because even though if the Bastiodon wins switch and knocks out my Umbreon, I at least get to get a lot of farm by bubbling down and have energy to come out on the next Pokemon. And then the main counter for Galvantula is pretty much out of the way with a Bastiodon lead. So I'm just going to hope that my Galvantula has a lot of play in the end game. So yeah, just standard, just going to keep foul play, try to deny as many smackdown moves as possible. I get an extra 1 right there, which is really good. And then going to throw off this last foul play, and probably the Bastiodon is most likely just going to farm all the way down, so he has a move to throw on my Azumarill, which is fine. Azumarill is very tanky, and Bastiodon is more defense heavy. It doesn't have a lot of attacks, so the Stone Edge won't do a lot of damage whatsoever. It would have crushed my Galvantula if I would have got hit with it, but that's fine. So he brings in a Razor Leaf Tropius. So at this point, I'm thinking this might be the Grass Hole team with Bastiodon. Oh, it's not. It's a Medicham. I thought it was going to be Grass Hole with Bastiodon lead and 2 Razor Leafers in the back, but it ends up being a Medicham, which is perfectly fine. And I'm assuming right here, what's going to happen is this is where all the shields are probably going to get committed by both players. Oh, he has Power Up Punch, which is worse because now we're just kind of alternating from me debuffing him with these lunges and him restoring his attack power with these Power Up Punches, which is fine. Oh yeah, he actually Psychics here, which is really crazy. I don't know what he was thinking, because I definitely would have shielded regardless, and he just wasted a whole bunch of energy, but that's fine. And then we just have to throw on this last lunge against the Tropius. So yeah, that was the last set that I needed to reach a legend with. Once again, was very fortunate that I got 3 really good leads in the first 3 matches that kind of helped us along the way. But you got to be lucky to be good sometimes, and we were just very fortunate. And then we get rewarded with a Pupitar, and I'm actually going to show you the last match, or I need to play one more match with a premium pass in order to earn the Pika Libre. So we'll get to that after I capture this Pupitar. Dun, 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 legend. You get all the swag, you get all the Eliza gear from the season, which wasn't very good, but it's still nice to have. And let's move on to the Pika Libre set. Okay, Soul Tropical, let us dance. So Umbreon versus a Medicham, once again, a lost lead. It's kind of neutral, but especially if he has Power Up Punch, it becomes a bit of a problem. Very fortunate that this was not a Registeel because I'm not running Hydro Pump. It's much more, it's better that it's a Melmetal, because even though Melmetal is resisting my Play Rough attack, it's very squishy in the Great League. It gets the majority of its bulk at higher levels. So I can actually commit to Play Roughing this down. I don't want to shield right away because I don't want him to shield right away. And then now I can throw one more Play Rough, hope that he doesn't shield. And then if he doesn't shield, then I can win back switch advantage. He doesn't shield, so right now I am going to use a shield, bubble him all the way down, and win switch so I can get realignment a little bit better. Now my Umbreon can avoid the Medicham altogether. It's also very fortunate that I lowered out the Steel type. Hit a Play Rough right here. There was no sense baiting. I would not have gotten to another move, but he for sure shields this. 100%. And now he has a ton of energy. I can't bring in my Galvantula here because I need to absorb some of this energy, and that this Medicham. Oh, I do. I do. Okay. This is also a very confusing match because he should have brought in this Frostlass against my Azumarill, just because it's such a negative matchup. For Frostlass if my Umbreon gets aligned to this thing. So probably a misplay on his part. It happens. We all have misplays once in a while. And he's probably going to just let this go. And then it's just right now, it's pretty much game over, I think. So I'm going to throw this Foul Play as quickly as I can. And then I'm going to throw as many as I can and then try to swap into my Galvantula so I can start debuffing this thing. He might get another one in here. Yeah, he gets another one in, which is just an Ice Punch. And now I need to double stack. Oh, I had energy coming out of this. He's probably going to shield, and then I just have to build up. I just need 2 more Volt Switches to reach another lunge, and he's now debuffed. And then I am pretty much good. Actually surprised he Ice Punched here. Psychic definitely would have been the better of the play. Just to do more damage because he will not get to another move. But there we go. There it is. So that is the match that I needed to win to collect my Pika Libre, which was not shiny on my main account, but I did get a shiny one on my alternate account. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay and my road to legend. I might start streaming Pokemon Go PvP a little bit more just because I end up playing a lot and then maybe you guys want to watch me. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you enjoyed, thumbs up are greatly appreciated, and we will see you guys next time.